Let's roll. I'm not a big cocktail drinker, but I do make cocktails for other people. And over the years, it occurred to me that almost every cocktail I was making had three things in it. Booze, go figure. Something sweet like sugar, simple syrup. And there's something sour like lime juice or bitters or something like that. And I started thinking about this and looking at old recipes for cocktails. And lo and behold, I was right. 80% or so of cocktails are pretty much made from that same formula. Well, it's not often that one has a theory that's later proven to be correct, so I thought I would celebrate this occasion by coming over here to Porterhouse Restaurant and chatting with my friend Michael Lomonaco, who's chef here, and his barman, Brad, who actually knows what he's talking about. Gentlemen.
Mark, it's great to see you.
Michael, Brad, how you doing? So, what do you think about my little theory here?
Well, I think it actually holds a lot of water.
No, it's a great theory. A cocktail really takes raw alcohol, combines it with the few ingredients that you said, and it makes it palatable.
Okay, so we start with a classic margarita.
Classic margarita.
What do we have? What do we start with first? Tequila. The liquor in the classic margarita.
That's a good tequila.
It's a great tequila.
How important is a good tequila and a good margarita?
It's much the same as good ingredients when you're cooking. You know,
Right.
you want to start with best possible meat when you're making a steak.
You don't want afterburn in your cocktail.
So the next ingredient we have is lime. Fresh fruit goes a long way.
Fresh lime juice, some sugar. What's the sugar you're
Some
going to
sugar.
use?
So here we have a little simple syrup as well.
Very important.
Very important ingredient.
And very difficult to make, I might add.
Very difficult to make, absolutely. But once again, a very, very important ingredient used in bars all over the city.
Well, I mean, it's not really difficult to
I was
make,
kidding.
right?
Don't you know sarcasm when
I
you
do.
hear it?
I do, but I want to demystify it.
Yeah. So go ahead, demystify.
It's water and sugar. A cup of
water
water,
and
a cup of sugar, bring it to a boil, and that's it.
And the great thing about it is it's obviously completely sweet. It dissolves instantly.
Right, so the syrup makes the drink more palatable rather than just granulated sugar.
Right. Okay,
Right.
what else?
So ice. Ice and
Okay.
shake. So
Go
let's
for
build
it.
one real quick.
Okay, good.
All right.
There we go. I'll give you some ice.
A little ice.
Here we go.
Start with a little tequila, right? You said you like your margaritas strong?
I think you want to taste the alcohol.
I
What-
think, yeah.
It has
What's
a flavor.
the point
Yeah.
otherwise? I mean,
You don't-
limeade is nice also, but this
Definitely
isn't
gotta be
limeade.
balanced.
So a whole lime
So
per
you get-
drink, more or less.
A whole lime. If you said you like your margaritas a little limier, you can
Yeah,
use a lime.
but
and a
people
half,
have to
2
learn
limes,
what their
sure.
tastes are to some extent. And
Simple syrup. The lesson about simple syrup is a little goes a long way. It's sweet stuff, you know? I'm going to start with just a little bit.
all that.
That wasn't very
between 1
much,
and 2
yeah.
teaspoons.
Absolutely. Let me do a little shake.
What kind of glass do you use?
Rock splash. There we go. Little short.
Breakfast of champions.
That's right. A little straw. A little garnish. Delicious.
Gentlemen,
Now that even looks good.
well, it's the way I like it because it's really strong. You can taste the tequila. You can taste that it's decent tequila, and you got a lot of lime in there. It's not that sweet. Now, what happens if? What if I do the same thing with vodka? Do you call it something different?
Sure.
What do you call it?
Collins.
Collins is vodka, lime,
Vodka,
and sugar.
Lime and sugar. Some people use lemon. If you do that with gin, it's a gimlet.
All right, so we're gonna go in a different direction here. I'm gonna ask Brad. Let's do something with brown liquor now.
Okay. All right.
Let's say bourbon.
Bourbon.
Michael likes bourbon.
So, yeah, bourbon. If you don't want to drink it straight up, you want that in a cocktail.
I want a cocktail with bourbon.
Prove your theory. I'm Manhattan,
Manhattan.
right?
Right.
We're in Manhattan. We got to drink a Manhattan. We got to take Manhattan.
You're something sweet.
Vermouth.
Sweet vermouth. So what are
Okay.
we missing?
Some sour.
Some bitters.
Some sour.
Something bitter.
Or bitter, right.
Bitters.
So, bitters. Okay.
We have little bitters.
Okay.
Classic components of a Manhattan.
There's not a lot of difference here. I'm not seeing a lot of differences here. And just one more thing I want you to help me out with here. I'm at home. I don't have one of these things, and if I did, the stuff would fall out of it. I'd be doing it wrong. I'm going to take the bourbon, the vermouth, the bitters. I'm going to throw them in a glass with some ice. Any harm in that?
No, not at all. Something to stir it with.
Got to be silver like this?
No, but you know what this is for? This is when you make a pitcher. And I got to tell you, a lot of the old cocktails have the recipe for by the pitcher, which is kind of interesting.
No, people were serious in those days.
And they entertain by making, a batch of martinis.
Picture of martinis.
Yeah, exactly.
So how great is this? I have this theory I go do research. It seems like it's correct. I come here and talk to the experts. I look like a genius. Guys, thank you very much. I think I deserve this. Ciao.